This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Good evening, you're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. On the show tonight, why is this man not being arrested? Asaram Bapu faces serious charges of raping a young girl and he's still a free man. Are the BJP's allegations of a Congress conspiracy completely absurd? Why is the law not equal for everyone, particularly India's self-styled godmen? Also, the landmark food security bill is about to be passed in the Lok Sabha, but will it really be the game changer the Congress keeps talking about, both in terms of feeding the poor and for its political impact ahead of 2014? But first, controversial self-styled godman Asaram Bapu was today summoned by the Jodhpur police to appear for questioning after an allegation of rape against him by a teenage girl. The summons was delivered in Ahmedabad to a representative of the 72-year-old Asaram. Police say the summons was issued after the girl's accusation was established prima facie. She's 16 years old. She says that Asaram assaulted her in his Jodhpur ashram. In fact, she and her father then filed the case with the Delhi police last week. Tanima Biswas has more on this story. Tanima, what is the latest that you're hearing from the police here? Of course, the complaint was initially filed before it was then taken to the Rajasthan cops.
That's right. The case is now with the Jodhpur police in Rajasthan, but it was initially filed with the Delhi police because the family feared exactly this, what we have been seeing for the past 1 week, that no action literally has been taken till date, despite the complaint being filed last week, despite a case being registered under section 376, a sexual assault case was registered against Asaram, but he managed to leave the city, he managed to leave Delhi as soon as the case was registered. And since the incident actually took place in Jodhpur, the case was filed to the Rajasthan police. But we have got details of the statement that has been made by the victim in front of the judicial magistrate last week, in which she has clearly given details of the kind of assault that took place against her, that she was actually locked up inside a room along with Asaram and another unidentified man. She actually says that she had gone to the ashram around 15th of August in order to get some treatment, and she was asked to go to a particular room in which the door, Asaram was actually waiting inside, and once she entered, her parents were waiting in an adjoining room, and once she entered, Asaram apparently, according to her, locked the door from inside and then went on to misbehave with her. And she was actually threatened twice during that incident. Once, while the act was actually going on, Asaram allegedly threatened to harm her parents, and then again after 60 minutes to 90 minutes, around an hour to hour and a half, after she actually managed to escape them, when Asaram was leaving the room, apparently he again threatened her, this time threatening to kill her parents if she decided to speak about anything that had happened inside that room to her parents or to any other authority. The girl did keep quiet for some time, for a couple of days, but finally let it out to her parents, who then came to Delhi, where Asaram was holding a camp, but they were not allowed to meet him, not allowed to confront him in any way. And after trying everywhere, her family, her father finally decided to lodge a complaint with the Delhi police and get a case registered here, where he felt some action will be taken. Nidhi?
All right. Thanks very much for that update, Tanima. And in fact, we have an update also that the Ministry of Home Affairs has been concerned over rising complaints of sexual crimes by self-styled godmen, against self-styled godmen like Asaram Bapu. And they've written to 3 state governments, in fact, seeking reports on such complaints, including Madhya Pradesh, Delhi and Rajasthan. So clearly, the Ministry of Home Affairs also taking notice of this. And at a time when we've been talking so much about sexual violence against women, about assaults against women after that incident that happened in Mumbai in particular, many are contrasting that with Asaram Bapu's case. Why is he not under arrest? Why has he not been questioned yet? Yes, that summons has finally gone, but what's taking so long? It's a very serious charge against him. The police say that prima facie there is a case, but why is it taking so long to question him? Why has he not been placed under arrest yet? Bharti Ali, child rights activist, joins us tonight from here in Delhi. We have social activist Praveen Parmeshwar joining us tonight from Trivandrum. Senior journalist Kumar Ketkar joins us from Mumbai, and we'll also be joined by Asaram's spokesperson Neelam Dubey very shortly. Bharti Ali, why this discrimination? I mean, if we're so outraged and we're looking for action in other cases of sexual violence against women, here is a teenage girl who's made a serious charge, and it's taking so long.
Well, it's really unfortunate in this country that, we tend to politicize even incidents of sexual violence, and I guess that's one of the reasons why there is no action being taken in this case. I mean, for instance, even in Uttarakhand, after the floods, there were rapes which nobody has paid attention to, and this is yet another case where, anything which is to do with godmen or anything which is to do, with a religious sentiment, we don't wish to touch it. It's really unfortunate, and this is election time, so we really don't know whether there will be justice done to a case like this.
Well, you're talking about one aspect of it, which is of course the politicization of it, which I'll just talk about in a moment. We have Asaram spokesperson Neelam Dubey with us. Neelam Dubey, now that this summons has been served, how long will Asaram take to appear before the police?
मैम, सबसे पहले मैं आप लोगों से एक सवाल पूछती हूँ। जब ये FIR आया था पब्लिक में, नोटिस में, तो आप लोगों ने बिना मेडिकल जांच, बिना मेडिकल रिपोर्ट के आप मीडिया वालों ने बलात्कार की पुष्टि तक कर दी थी। मैं ये सवाल पूछ सकती हूँ कि किस बेस पे आपने ये की थी? आप लोगों ने बलात्कार की पुष्टि करी थी। मैक्सिमम मोर देन 90% चैनल्स एंड न्यूज़पेपर्स ने बलात्कार की पुष्टि करी थी। आप लोग के हाथ में मेडिकल रिपोर्ट नहीं था, आप कानून का इतना हवाला देते हैं। आप कृपया ये बताइए किस बेस पे आपने बलात्कार की पुष्टि की थी। दूसरी बात, किस बेस पे आपको ये बू नहीं आती कि षड्यंत्र हो सकता है? आपको क्या भरोसा है कि ये बच्ची सच बोल रही है, झूठ बोल रही है, इसमें षड्यंत्र है या नहीं है? किस भरोसे पे आप इतना बोल रहे हैं?
नहीं, लेकिन नीलम जी, सबसे पहले तो आप ये बताइए कि नहीं, एक मिनट, लड़की के खिलाफ एक सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट हुआ है
के बिना आपने बलात्कार की पुष्टि
नहीं, हमने वो पुष्टि नहीं करी, मगर सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट का केस है। शी हैज बीन, नीलम दुबे, शी हैज बीन, नीलम दुबे, आई एम सॉरी, you can't outshout us.
No, ma'am, no.
No, she has been sexually assaulted under the law that is going to be dealt with much more toughly.
और दूसरा, क्या भरोसा है कि बच्ची सच बोल रही है?
हमें क्या भरोसा है कि आसाराम सच बोल रहे हैं? Why should we believe आसाराम?
भरोसा है कि इसके पीछे
क्योंकि पुलिस
नहीं है। क्या भरोसा है कि इस बच्ची सच बोल रही है?
लेकिन नीलम जी, पुलिस ने तभी समन्स इशू किया है।
नो मैम, आपके पास इन दो
पुलिस ने तभी समन्स इशू किया है जब उनके पास प्राइमा फेसी कुछ सबूत है।
का जवाब दे दीजिए, मैं 100 सवालों का जवाब देने के लिए तैयार हूँ।
तो आप सवालों सुनने को तैयार हैं?
क्या भरोसा है कि बच्ची सच बोल रही है?
नहीं, तो आसाराम जी का हम क्यों, व्हाई शुड वी बिलीव हिम?
FIR का कॉपी आपके पास नहीं, आपने बलात्कार का पुष्टि तक कर दिया।
हमने तो पुष्टि नहीं करी, बट शी हैज बीन असॉल्टेड मैडम, शी हैज बीन सेक्सुअली असॉल्टेड। आर यू मेकिंग अ डिस्टिंक्शन नाउ? इट्स ओके इफ शी वाजंट रेप्ड।
भी नहीं चाहिए
नीलम दुबे,
करके आप इंटरफेयर कर रही है चीज को। आप कानूनी तंत्र पर विश्वास नहीं कर रही है। आप कौन होती है इस बात पे डिस्कस करने वाली?
हम कौन होते हैं डिस्कस करने वाले?
तंत्र पे मैम
नीलम दुबे, दैट्स लाफेबल। वी विल डिस्कस इट।
किसी केस का सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने रोका है कि नहीं? सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने रोका है ना। जब भी कोई केस आता है मार्केट में या पब्लिक में, उस पे मीडिया चुप रहे, बोला है, कई बार बोला है। आप लोगों को तो अच्छे से पता होगा।
Why didn't you show this outrage then when the Delhi gang rape happened? Why didn't you tell us to keep quiet when the Delhi gang rape happened or when the Mumbai gang rape happened? Just because it's Asaram? Neelam Dubey, you're not willing to answer any questions.
देना पड़ेगा। और दूसरी बात, जब ये केस अभी अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, इस पर डिस्कशन बनता भी नहीं है।
Madam, Neelam Dubey, are you willing to listen to any questions?
होना चाहिए, इंतजार कीजिए, कानूनी तंत्र क्या कर रहा है, इंतजार कीजिए।
आप सवाल तो सुन लीजिए नीलम जी, आप सवाल तो सुन लीजिए।
मैम समझिए इस बात को, इन्वेस्टिगेशन
नीलम दुबे,
इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो जाने दीजिए, जब सामने कुछ आता है फिर बोलिए।
आप सवाल तो सुन लीजिए नीलम जी।
आप चाहती क्या है? आप चाहती,
हम आपसे सवाल तो पूछ लें, आप पहले एक मिनट चुप तो कर लीजिए।
इंतजार क्यों नहीं है? आप
This is unbelievable. You know, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off because you have to have the patience to at least listen to the questions, ma'am. Let me take this to Kumar Ketkar. Kumar Ketkar is part of the problem that self-styled godmen in this country think that they can just get away with it. They're eulogized. I mean, they are self-styled godmen, and you know, these accusations of abuse have come out before. It's not the first time. This is very serious. It's not a laughing matter.
Actually, I wonder whoever decided them as calling godmen. I mean, whoever first introduced the term so-called godmen, they are men, they are not God. So what is this godmen, which is a completely fancy hybrid, but that is not the point. It is absurd again to say that all the media has accused him of rape. Nobody has accused him of rape. Sexual assault and molestation. These are the only two charges leveled against him. And whether he is innocent or not will be decided in court, and after the FIR is filed, summons has been issued, so he has to go and present himself. That's it. So nobody is holding him guilty before trial.
Exactly.
Not even media is holding him guilty. Only accusation has been leveled. Accusation has been leveled, and he has to answer the charges. Simple as that. And all the ministers, all the politicians, all the bureaucrats, all the activists are always confronted with this kind of problem, and they are facing the trial. They are facing the FIR. They are facing all accusations. What is wrong with Asaram? The problem is that a large number of people in our country are afraid of the so-called godmen, and therefore they themselves have inherent psychological approach to this issue, and they try to protect them in the name of spirituality, in the name of philosophy, in the name of adhyatma, in the name of sakshatkar and so on. I think this kind of tolerance shown towards godmen, so-called godmen, have actually created this so-called power of godmen, and any sexual assault, any molestation, any rape essentially is a power relationship. In this particular case, the so-called godmen have a certain kind of power which they have because of mass support, certain kind of mass support that they enjoy. I think they use that power relationship against the helpless.
You know what's unfortunate is that we
girls.
wanted to ask his spokesperson Neelam Dubey if, when he was going to present himself for questioning, he has declared that he's innocent and that the girl is like his granddaughter and all of that. So we wanted to ask her that. Of course, she's not willing to listen to any questions and has disconnected the line. Praveen Parmeshwar, why shouldn't Asaram present himself before the police for questioning? Why? It's been so many days. It's a very serious charge. Prima facie, the police believes that there is a genuine case here. Here we are outraged about sexual violence against women, and clearly there's a different standard being applied.
Yes. Checking the current situation, the police is saying that there is prima facie evidence against Ashoram Bapu. I do believe it is not fair to call Mr. Ashoram Bapu as a rapist or as a criminal, but still he is an accused. As an accused, he is supposed to surrender in front of police and face any kind of interrogations. After the interrogation, if he is totally innocent, he can be acquitted. No one is there to convict him consciously. Even after the police interrogation, if he is free or if he is totally innocent, he can come out. Even the ashram people are saying that the police is not saying that he is a real culprit, and the police they do say the medical report is also supporting Ashoram Bapu. That if police and medical reports are supporting Bapu, then why he is keeping himself away from police? That is very confusing.
No, 1 second.
So
are you also making the distinction between rape? Are you making the distinction between intercourse and sexual abuse? Because under the new law, this is all recognized as rape, sir. It doesn't matter if there was penetration or not.
Ma'am, see, rape or sexual assault, if a person is accused of a crime, he is supposed to surrender for interrogation. Whether it is rape or sexual assault, let the police decide, let the court decide. But whether it is sexual assault or it is molestation or it is rape, he is supposed to come in front of police and face interrogation.
Well, he hasn't done that.
That is the law of the land.
He hasn't done that, and neither has the police acted against him.
He hasn't done that. That means.
No, but that means what? Ranjana Kumari, quick comment from you. Why is this happening, Ranjana?
Nidhi, nobody is above the law in this country. We are a democracy and this is rule of law. And recently a new law was enacted which is to protect children against sexual assault. Besides the change in the sexual assault law, there is a new law which also protects children. Under that law, if a child complains of molestation, sexual assault or rape or whatever kind of aggression on the child's body, whether it is any kind of molestation also, the cognizance of the offense will have to be taken. The person has to be scrutinized. Who is protecting this Asaram Bapu? Who is protecting him? Why is he shying away? If he is not guilty, if he has not done it, what is his reason to not come before the law? And why are the political class, the politicians, the ministers so many people are trying to say that, oh, he's very clean. Okay, fine, maybe he's clean. He has to be proven to be clean. Look, you cannot be, doing all these kind of act and then you can take pretext of being a godman or whatever. If you have molested, assaulted, and if you have not done it, it has to be proven. So he has to come for that. It has been so many days that he is hiding.
But Ranjana,
all kinds of his people are coming to the...
Yes. You just heard her when she was not willing to listen to anything else, but she kept harping on the point that you guys kept saying it was rape. The media said it was rape and it wasn't rape and it's not rape, and that's the problem, that there is a mindset right now that if it's not rape per se, then the sexual assault suddenly becomes a lesser crime, which is crazy.
Absolutely no, it is not a lesser crime at all. And I think if his spokesperson and he himself does not know what the law of the land, please read the amendment that was made after the Verma Commission recommendations. It brings in everything together. It does not have to have a penetrative sex, that's the only thing which used to be earlier considered as rape. It doesn't have to be like that. And also in terms of POSCO, any kind of aggression on the child, any kind of sexual assault on the child, any kind of sexual offense against the child has to be considered, and child's version will have to be taken as the version that the law will consider. So, and then after that the child is really charging will have to come and prove that the person has not done that. It is not up to the child to prove.
Right. Well,
it is not up to the child to prove.
Is the proper procedure being followed in this, given that it is a case that involves a minor? Is everything actually being done according to the book, or do you get a sense that they are acting slowly, deliberately?
I think they are acting definitely slowly and deliberately.
They should have arrested him by now.
They should have brought him for investigation by now.
Yes,
it's
been 4 days.
His ashram has come under the scanner for many other
things. This is from Bharti.
But he gets away with it.
Yeah. Yes, Bharti.
I completely agree with Ranjana ji that we now have laws which protect children, and those laws have to be used. So we need to look at the charges and the sections under which the charges have been framed. If the POXO Act has not been used, which is in many cases even till date not being used when it comes to children, then we need to ensure that the provisions of POXO Act are applied, because that would mean that a child has access to a support person. It would mean that the child gets protection during the course of investigation and also during trial. And after years of struggle, we have got this law based on the premise that we have to learn to believe a child. So for once, let us at least believe what the child is saying, and then if in the course of the trial, if it proves otherwise, let it be so. Nobody is conducting a trial at this point of time.
Praveen Parmeshwar,
it's important that these processes get followed the way they are in the law.
But Mr. Parmeshwar, is part of the problem this thing that we talked about godmen thinking, this self-styled godmen thinking that they're above the law, that they're not equal, this reverence? Kumar Ketkar was talking about it.
See, I totally agree with the gentleman who spoken before. It's like the use of Godman is not suitable when we are discussing such a comment or such a case over here. Whether he's a Godman or not, he should be under the law of the land and he should face interrogation. But what my point is, until and unless he is proved as a rapist or a criminal, the media should not go for a trial and say that he is a criminal. But what we can say is, he should surrender to the police should take immediate action, interrogation should happen, they should question Mr. Ashuram Bapu, he should be ready to get the summons, receive the summons, should be ready to come in front of the police and face interrogation. If he is innocent, he will be acquitted, and if he is convicted, he should go behind the bars.
But I think what the media is doing
or not, that doesn't matter in this case at all. Because, see, the thing is, whether he is a godman.
Yeah, but the point is, I think what the media is doing is questioning the inaction. He should have been questioned by now. It has been all these days. Can you imagine if nobody had been picked up for questioning in the Mumbai gang rape, how we would have reacted?
The inaction is illegal.
The inaction should be questioned.
The inaction is illegal.
That is exactly what I'm questioning. All right, I'm going to have to leave it at that.
Inaction is illegal, it is condemnable. Inaction is illegal and it is condemnable.
And that is what is being questioned.
Because if Mr. Bapu is innocent, for proving that also action should be there. So
absolutely, I agree with you. It can't be a trial by media, which is why. But which was particularly, particularly scary, offensive. I don't know what word to use.
For new laws.
Yeah, but for his spokesperson to make that distinction between rape and sexual assault, as if to say that if it wasn't penetration, then it's not such a big deal.
See,
and
rape,
you're all wrong.
If the spokesperson is trying to make a difference between sexual assault and rape, whether he is supporting sexual assault, that I don't know. I am not accepting that point. If whether it is sexual assault or rape, action should be there, and let the police and let the court prove.
Well,
there is no difference.
There is no difference.
There
exactly.
is no difference according to the new amendment that has
exactly
come in
the
the law.
Of any form of sexual assault,
see
or
that.
they
I'm not understanding why we are discussing and why we are trying to discriminate sexual assault and rape. Whether it is sexual assault or rape,
we're
it
not.
is totally condemnable.
It is what his spokesperson tried to make a distinction
and
which
what
we are
you're trying to
offended by.
say. There is nothing like rape in the law
It is his
anymore. There is nothing
spokesperson
like
to
rape in the law
defend. Anyway, Mr.
anymore.
Parmeshwar, Ranjana and Bharti, I have to leave it at that. I have to move on to the food bill for now, but we're going to continue to follow this story about inaction. We're going to wait and see if Asaram does finally make himself available to the police and actually answers their questions. He's got that summons today. Let's see if there's actually some action now that follows up in the next few days. Now, finally, after many hurdles and many delays, the food security bill is currently being debated in the Lok Sabha. In fact, it's going to be voted on very shortly. Sonia Gandhi's pet project came to Parliament today after much controversy and politics. It aims to provide subsidized food grain to 67% of the population at a fraction of the cost. Speaking in Parliament for the first time, in fact, in many years, Sonia Gandhi dismissed criticism of its costs, saying it wasn't about whether India had the resources, that it just had to be done.